that pussy. As soon as I finish one, you can have it right back. If I get a piece of pie, my man got the slices break down. Try to keep your mouth shut. He said, ain't nobody said
we gotta start recording stuff like from when you was in high school.
Like what I'm about. Every time I'm killing it, the whole hood feeling it. I gotta wear them out. Right now I'm on the south. Dealing with them killer niggas, Shiesty and gorilla niggas. Fuck it, then we out. He talking what he bought. Nigga making threats, that's a better set up. Bud him barking at his house. Them summer nights can't even turn cold. In the streets of Philly where niggas don't even get to turn old. My heart pump until it turn gold. Ah!
It's Brianna.
Oh, she a midget?
Yeah, it's like something.
It said Daya. I'm like, oh shit. Wait, I never seen a midget in actual school though, with like other people. Bro, you never seen a midget with other people in school though.
She used to ask me to pick her up.
They probably go, oh, yo, she twerking. Hey yo, think about it, bro.
Dog,
midgets don't be in school with people.
Dog,
she used to ask me to pick her up.
They must got like a separate.
He showed me different videos.
She used to try to pick you up.
No, she was asking me to pick her up so she can see. This time I'm this big. I'm thinking I'm gonna pick her up and it's nothing. I'm like, they for her. She's like, I look at her. She says, "Oh, pick me up, pick me up." I bent down to pick her up. I said, I just bent down and said, "Just get on my back."
Yo, bro. He showed me 5 different videos of this girl, and every single one of them she was twerking, bro.
Why she was throwing it so much? I'm trying to figure out, like, was she a midget whore?
She was a midget, she was.
This is, I never done nothing like this before, but I'm gonna try it now. I'm kind of filming this as like what I want it to be is a reflection. Like I want to be able to look back at this video and reflect on like just the state that I'm in. And so hopefully the next vlog that I drop, I'll be in a much better state and I'll just be able to look back at this one and just be like, damn dickhead, you was really sad as shit. Traditional Philly retard. But yeah, basically over the last like month or so, it has been really hard on me. Like just life in general. Life has been hitting me with all types of uppercut, left hook, sweet chin music, roundhouse kick. Like I just been getting cooked on a daily basis. The worst part is it isn't just one thing. Like it's a million things happening at once. And it's also kind of crazy just because of how abrupt it was. I'll say this, right? Looking back in the last vlog, that like week or two that last vlog covered, I genuinely think I was probably at one of the happiest states in my life. I was just in a good spot mentally. I had started to get closer. Not that we hadn't already been close, but we're just kind of rekindling how close our relationship was with my cousin that you had seen in the last vlog, who I said goodbye to. And it was nice. I had spent that whole week with her, just us like chilling like how we used to, like growing up. And you know, on top of that, just the people that I was surrounded by, they made me at the time feel like really good. It made me feel like things were gonna be on the up. At, you know, from there, boy, was I wrong. But nah, freaking yeah, basically I'm just gonna give a timeline of how everything kind of transpired, and just to give you an idea of just like how bad life has been kicking my ass. So it first started with me embarrassing myself. The thing is like I know that this isn't necessarily something I should be embarrassed about, but it's just one of them things. It's like, you know, you shouldn't, but you just are. I don't want to elaborate too much, because I know that this is like, I am gonna make this public, so I'm not just gonna be on here just putting business out there and just sympathy farming, none of that. By the way, like, this is not that at all. Like, I am purely doing this for the sake of that in the next vlog, when everything is back to the regularly scheduled program and it's all fine and dandy, I'll just be able to look back at this and be like, bro, you was like that there, and think about what I did to not be like how I am right now. So Yeah, let me just continue to give a little more backstory though. This channel started when I had first graduated high school. I had dropped my first video, which I think is like privated now because I was fat and ugly and doing drugs and stuff in it. From the moment I had dropped that first video, like keep in mind, throughout the years I have always had YouTube channels and I've always made stupid little videos. But that was like, you know, how every kid from the early 2000s wanted to be a YouTuber and just like was making bullshit vids. When I had started to make them out of high school, I made them for an entirely separate reason, and it was simply I wanted to like encapsulate the same idea that my parents had when they would film VHS video, and I simply just wanted to document my life, put a little modern edit spin on it, and just be able to look back at it. So after I had dropped my first video, I did not drop another video for like 2-3 years. I had filmed a bunch of stuff. I was kind of in a rut where I forgot the purpose of me recording the videos. After I had dropped the first vlog back, it kind of like reignited that like passion in me to just want to be able to record and edit and do all these things. So like I sort of have been on a run with making videos, and then this life shit started happening. Look at this, like why am I sitting like this? So yeah, bitch focus. I've been filming a lot, I've been editing a lot, I've just been taking a lot of pride in this hobby of mine that I have created. I get a lot of joy from doing this, you know, and after everything has happened and I'm like adjusting, because I do still have this urge to want to film and to want to just do all the cool stuff that I was doing before, but with everything that's happening, I'm sort of getting back into that like in my head where it's like, oh, that's lame, I shouldn't even record this, or like not even a thinking to film sometimes. That's really another reason why I'm making this type of video to begin with, just because like I said, want to reflect and want to be able to just be like, F this whole like you and your feelings drawing. Just record, bro. Just go outside and do you and record whatever the hell you want. Don't be so in your head about what is gonna be cool to watch, and you know, like what are these people gonna say if they watch it, or that. Man, fuck these people, alright? You ain't make this video for these people. You made this shit for you. The guy that's editing this shit right now. You. This is the guy that's editing that shit right now. Fucking dweeb. So I'm just kind of go down the list of things that have kind of been happening over this last month, just so y'all have an idea why I'm so cooked right now. Because I promise I didn't like just have one thing happen and it's just like, oh, I'm sad again. Like, no, it's nothing like that. I mean, I don't know, maybe, I don't think I've ever gotten comments on my videos, but maybe if somebody does watch this, they can comment and tell me if I'm being a little bitch or not based on what I'm about to tell you. But I'm gonna just go down the list. So we started off everything with, like I said, me completely embarrassing myself. Basically, there was somebody in my life that I was under the impression that they were the type of person to stick around for a while. I don't think I was necessarily wrong to have that impression based off of the things that this person said and did for me to think that, but that shit proved to not be true. And it proved to not be true due to the dumbest of reasons. You know, simply because I am different to them. Well, different to them. What just hurts the most about that initial thing is the fact that I had assumed that this person would be willing to at least have a conversation, and I haven't received anything of the sort. So, you know, that hurt. I'm just gonna say it outright. That shit hurt.
That shit hurting.
And that was just the first domino. And I know, you know, like I said, this shit probably to the average person, this shit don't sound too bad. Like, lift your head up, king, your crown falling, whatever, bro. And then just after that, so basically I have this young boy in my life. I'm gonna give you a little backstory on how I know Kesey. I was cool with his brother for a while. He had an older brother, and you know, they pop was never around. They mom was a drug abuser. And so his older brother like quickly took on this like parental role in the household. Long story short, his brother wound up getting locked up, and then me and another friend wound up kind of covering for his older brother and stepping in and just, you know, taking care of Keith whenever we could. You know, little things like, you know, getting him some food, getting him some clothes, giving him rides here and there, just checking in on him. Basically, his brother wound up getting locked up. Once his brother got locked up, that responsibility sort of landed on me and this other friend. So then fast forward a year later, his brother winds up committing suicide in the jail. That not only put a strain on him, but us together, because we now, you know, we bear this responsibility over him, so we felt like we couldn't just abandon him. So we did a lot. We tried to keep him around and maintain responsibility for him, because keep in mind, he is 15, and eventually he wound up getting put into the foster care system. And with that, he was shipped to Colorado. So it's just like, that's another person lost in my life. You know, I get calls from him. It's just like, it sucks having that first thing happen and then having to hear this kid who you know, I've grown to love and care for, just absolutely distraught on the phone, not only because he doesn't have a family anymore, but the one that he had created for him, he also lost. Hopefully in due time I will get to see him soon and we will be reunited and all will be well. But honestly, that's one of the things I'm sort of lost on. I have no idea what that is going to look like for him and for us. And then the third thing happens. Literally the next day, my nonna, my grandmother, she winds up going to the hospital. That's not necessarily the bad part. Obviously it is scary, you know, to have like any elderly family member get admitted to the hospital. Her initial reason for going to the hospital wasn't necessarily serious. So that, I was concerned, but it wasn't the main factor that really cooked me. What really cooked me was my own family members, which, keep in mind, I've dealt with this my whole life. I'm not very close to my family, but my own family members kind of just backbiting me in regards to saying like that I don't care about her and that I don't care to see her, and it spiraled into a big thing of just straight slander and backbiting, which also was not very good for my brain at the time, as you can imagine. So after that, I got into a car accident. They ruled it my fault. That fucking jerk off hit me, but they ruled it my fault. I'm on your ass, Geico and Allstate. If the purge ever does happen, I will be committing atrocities on your headquarters. And then, you know, kind of icing on the cake, my little cousin, she wound up taking her own life at the age of 16. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I was the closest with her or nothing, because I wasn't. If I'm being honest, I probably never heard more than 150 words out of her in my entire life, just because she was always so shy around us. Two kind of big factors within that really messed me up. One is the timing of everything, just knowing the mental state that I was in and knowing that she sort of acted as a catalyst to deter that mental state. But two, just also seeing my cousin distraught by that whole situation, because, you know, she damn near raised her, and it was just, you know, seeing anyone that I care about in a state of disarray and being absolutely distraught hurts me. And seeing my cousin cry about that, and just seeing the pain that she felt, as well as her parents, my other cousin's parents felt, it's really a crazy situation as a whole. On top of it, I have another cousin that does a lot of drugs and goes through psychosis every now and then when he starts fucking with emo bitches. He was very close to ruining the entire funeral, the viewings, the burial, everything. But on top of everything, it's just like, after going through all of this, I think the scariest part about me going through all of this is that growing up, I never really liked myself growing up. I was never really comfortable being in my own skin, and just, you know, I just didn't have the morals that I do now. Just not wanting to be here. Not just, I don't mean like the city, I mean just not wanting to be on this planet. I worked so hard, you know, for years to not feel this way, and I had gotten myself to a position where I felt indestructible in that regard. I felt like I would never have anything like that. That shit cut out. That was lame. But I just felt like I had done so much work in that regard that I wouldn't feel like that again. And with all of this stuff happening again, it just sort of reignited that like mindset within me. And I think that was very scary for me because I worked so hard to not think like that. And it just kind of abruptly came back. So that's also another reason why I'm making this, because now I know that this is something that won't be gone forever. So I need to just have this as a journal for me to remember what it is that I do to make sure that I don't think that way. You know, with all of this happening, it's really shown me who is genuinely here for me in my life. You know, I was aware that not too many people cared for my well-being or just my existence as a whole, because I already do keep my circle quite tight. With all of this going on, it has shown me who really is supposed to be in my life. You know, everybody within the last month that has checked in on me and that knows what I'm going through, and you know, because there's people that know exactly what I'm going through, or even just know the slightest of what I'm going through, and haven't thought to even just give a simple text or a call, or like, I don't ask for much, just like any form of acknowledgement would do for me. It's kind of shown me that, you know, who's been here. Like Nelly has been here, her husband James has been here, my cousin Bash and his girl were there, you know, Udi, my brother Udi, his dumbass, his brother Zamir. This is like, it's kind of disheartening seeing the people that I wish to be here not here, but it's also very much so revealing.